Hi, I'm Toby Hodges. Welcome aboard Dreamcatcher. Swan 88, #1, first sea trials from here off Pietarsaari in Finland. And it's a very busy time here at the yard. They've launched are launching 18 new boats just in May and June here. And this first 88 and the second 88 splashed within 2 days of each other. We are here with other media and commissioning guys, sales and rigging. And this is a hybrid yacht, so Torqeedo are here because they've got a partnership with Nautor Swan. This is the first Swan with a hybrid system on it. The second one doesn't have, but this one, Dreamcatcher, private boat for cruising. So it's got some high performance sails on it. We've got about 18 people on board here, which is going to weigh it down a little bit. And the wind looks like it's dropping all the time. But we're about to unfurl sails and see what this performance cruiser has got. This is just a quick demonstration to show you how quiet it is in here. Doing 9 knots under motor with the engine room open. So that's not even with a generator on. So this yacht can run at full speed, well, 10.5 knots for an hour and a half under just battery power alone. And this silent power is what the crew say is the biggest breakthrough, really, of having a hybrid yacht. Can you imagine if you had a proper diesel engine on here with that running and you open up that hatch, the noise it would be? Sorry, just to follow up on that noise you heard was the hydraulics kicking in at the same time the generator switched on as well. So this is now the noise with the generator running, which you can tell is, well, I don't know if you can tell, is really not a lot more. But what happens when you add a single generator is that you can extend range massively. So as I said, you can run at 10 knots for an hour and a half, or at 7.5 knots for at 5 hours. And then if you add a single generator to that, you essentially extended your range at 7.5 knots to over 2,000 miles with the same tank capacity as a diesel engine. So the benefits there really are not just your silent operation, but also extending your range as well. But also that silent operation means you can use a silent ship, so full aircon, all the induction cooking and everything for 12 hours at anchor without needing to turn that generator on. Mainsail's going up. So this one has the pinhead North 3DI cruising sails on it, whereas Speed number 2 is more performance orientated and has a square top mainsail. This one has Southern Spars EC6 rigging on it as well. And it's run by 3 crew. The captain's not here at the moment. After its first season in the Med and the boat shows, it's then going to cross the Atlantic, be based in the Caribbean for private cruising. So we're in upwind mode at the moment, and straight away you can tell this is a slippery boat with a lot of sail area. Very nice sails as well. So North's done the package for this with a Hull Spars rig and Southern Spars EC6 carbon rigging. This has a large overlapping Genoa, 107%, and then you have your in and forestay here, which should take the staysail. So at about 20 knots, they would swap to the staysail. So this Future Fibers cable would come in to here, where you have the pad eye below the deck, and then you fly the stay sail from 20 knots with the running back stays, and that can swap to a storm jib as well. This also has codes sail set up just forward of there, and a helix Jenica as well. Yeah, nice set of North sails built at 3DI, so from the US, and then built at the yard in the Solent, the UK yard there, and then trucked out to here. And this, yeah, no sail numbers or draft stripes on this, but you see all the lines of the taffeta on there, and that gives different weights of the taffeta, give you different white effect. So the heavier it gets, the whiter it gets, really. So this is a sort of grey look to it. But yeah, we are slipping along in only 6 knots of breeze. We're matching the wind speed, and this now just getting that 7th knot true wind speed, 7.5 knots. You feel a bit more heel on the boat, and you feel a bit that apparent wind grow, and we're matching those single figure wind speeds at about 60 degrees to the true wind, and that's with plenty of people on board. So I'm going to attempt to show you a quick tour of the interior while we're heading back into harbour, just while there aren't many people here. Maybe I'll get a chance later on when it's quiet. I haven't seen around the boat much myself, so I'm just going to show you it. So forward you have what I'm guessing to be a VIP cabin with its own heads and shower there. You've obviously got you haven't seen it yet, but there's 2 guest cabins either side of that stair. Companionway itself works really well, I think, because you can't see aft, so it gives the passageway to the crew cabin aft privacy, and yet it's not too wide in terms of getting down the steps, having handholds and stuff, but loads of natural light because the actual glazing is really wide. And then moving forward from the mast base, 2 steps down, and you're into, from here, adjacent to that guest cabin, all of that forward is master cabin area. So ensuite area on this side, and this helps give it all this length you get from here. So you also get privacy as well. With the door open, you can see the length of your yacht. Yeah, central berth with the headboard aft in this format. Let's say you see right through to the companionway there, but obviously you can close the door, but with that open from here, you have privacy. And yeah, nice sailing yacht design as well. So yes, this is a forward owner cabin layout, but your headboard is relatively far aft. Loads of natural light, and it's a nice modest finish as well, all in oak, different grain for the floorboard, but yeah, all oak finish, loads of natural light. Just a single hatch above it there. You got your eyes for your lee cloths for this berth as well. It's not a massive cabin by 88-foot standards, I would say, but has plenty of length to it. Good size ensuite in here, heads, 20 sinks, and separate shower. In terms of layout options, you can obviously have, as is here, split with a guest cabin and owner's cabin. Second one has this as a TV sort of snug area for that owner cabin. And they also, I think, have or are looking into making a full super suite, so one enormous suite cabin for the owner, and also looking into an aft owner's area as well. And one thing that stands out really is just how naturally light this is. And bearing in mind that this first one doesn't have the hull windows in the saloon, so its owner's chosen to have bookshelves rather than hull windows. But yeah, look how much space and natural light you get in this raised saloon. Raised saloon, got all your engine room space below here. So there's three hatches to that engine room from above, and then both these stairs lift for engine room access, and then a main one through there as well. So, but a brilliant thing about this is the heart of the electric system is in this passageway itself, so you can access your touch screens from up here to analyze the boat, and you've got fuses, circuit breakers each side of it, DC and AC, and so a lot of the stuff that you could, it's all geared around it being in that part there, so you're sort of, you can close that door off, still have access to it. The guests each side here have their own space. Let me show you the other one. So it's not full of bags. So big twin cabins here, plenty of size in them, with their own en suites there. Yeah. But yeah, as I say, you have privacy going forward from there with that stairwell in the middle of the companionway, and then this central panel lifts to get you have a fire suppression unit, water maker controls in there, and some of the extra things that you might have in a control room of an engine room going forward without having to go actually into the engine room. So here's the heart of the electronics really, in terms of having the Torpedo hybrid instrument display here showing you exactly what's going on, and their ETA power packs, Nautor's touchscreen system for identifying all of the plumbing, electrics and circuits, and all your lighting and that sort of thing, which you can also control from the MFDs as well. But and then below that, these double doors open up, so there's a hydraulic display there, but then you've got all of your lower voltage circuit, all the CAN bus wiring in there, and the manual fuses for there, so manual backups for all those as well. And then the higher voltage systems and circuit breakers on this side, and then, as I say, more hydraulics here. So it's all very much centered around this passageway, so easy to build, monitor and access. And this is where you really feel the space that today's modern hull shape gives you. So to have proper nav station, 2 crew cabins with their own private access. I mean, for a 3 crew boat, they have got so much space. Double berth there for the skipper's cabin, en suite with his own shower, full wardrobe size, and then Pullman berth here, again en suite, full privacy, and so they can have their own area here, even if the owner or guests or anything are in the galley or in the mess area as well. And having your own private access really helps as well. I mean, that's the best. I think either of these cabins I'd be taking on a passage, with lots of space here in the mess and in the galley. There's 5-6 of us in here at the moment. Little switches here at the bottom of the companionway, so push that, closes over. Very nice. Bit of super yacht glamour. A lot of teak on deck. These deck lights here, traditional deck lights, letting more light into that interior as well. Plenty of hatches. And then guest cockpit area here, with the twin telescopic tables. I say a lot of teak, because those coamings are taken right aft here where the winches are on. So the teak run goes all the way aft with a nice smooth curve to it here. Blends into, easy to walk over it, or you can come around behind these pedestals aft. And then this is one of the real new points of the 88, is having this lowered terrace area aft here. So it's a nice little space, because you can sit sort of out of the wind a bit in this little gap here, and then all of that area there you see, they're still finishing the sticker flexing of the deck. It's a bit like the sort of Wally's of old, having this beach terrace area. So a couple of steps down here, and then that links, that all folds out. You see a huge beach club area, they call it. It's a bit like we saw on the 55 and 58, I think, which that hinges there, doubles the size of it, with steps down onto it. So you really extend this aft bathing platform area, and then with that open, you really do feel like a 90-foot yacht or more, with this amount of beam as well. So there's access into the tender garage in here, and then the shallow buckets in here in the quarters. So this is just showing the beach club area of the Swan 88. This one's number 2, Speep, which launched just after the first one, Dreamcatcher, that we were on. But this shows you, we saw it on the 55, and this really takes it up another notch. How that's that hinged aft deck area just really extends your aft deck space. 3.5 meter rib, I think it is, that comes out on those rollers. That pole there they've got for their Starlink receiver, quite nice. And then this aft corner, look, I can use my shadow to show you. So this is where the load line length is essentially measured to at 23.99, so fits under the 24 meter classification for that. And then they can add this area, essentially this beach terrace aft deck area, and these fair leads, etc. So they don't count within that, however they do that rule. Another nice little feature here is you can just see the glinting of that skeg in front of the rudder. And that's just a knife, essentially, to cut any debris away from those twin rudders. Another point of difference on deck on this one is it's not the single point main, captive main we saw on Dreamcatcher. This has a more traditional maxi style single winch for the main sheet on a plinth there in the middle. And it's got nice tow rail fittings both in the cockpit and on the foredeck as well. And all the metalwork here is titanium on deck, so it runs the length of the foredeck there, and the further one by the inner forestay. And I think I said it's probably got a longer bowsprit. It hasn't. No bobstay on that, so same sort of bowsprit, but a lot more performance focused above deck in the high modular spar and the sail package and the racing boom. Pretty impressive that Swan has launched 2 of this brand new 88 model together, considering that a month ago it was still ice. So we've just berthed back up here behind Speep, which is the second one. Now that has conventional diesel propulsion. In terms of what the hybrid does, yes, there's more weight in the batteries of this. And yes, there's more expense, but the righting moment was calculated for that. So in terms of what is in the keel, and effectively the righting moment of this boat and that boat are the same, so that the sail plan can be the same as well. As I say though, very impressive to launch 2 machines like this at the same time. Hope you enjoyed the tour. See you next time.